Welcome to War Never Changes. This is a homebrew campaign that uses 5e Dungeons & Dragons mechanics with a Fallout post-apocalyptic setting. My name is Aaron Love, and I'll be your DM. With me is Shadan.
Hello, this is Hubert.
Trevor Noah.
Playing as Jimothy.
Elliot Shanley.
This is Harriet.
And Sean Curl.
And this is Midas.
Awesome, guys. This has been a long time coming, a huge passion project. I'm super excited. Before we jump in, I do have some announcements and a couple little blurbs I want to say. I'm going to start off with a special thanks shout out to a couple people that helped kind of make this happen. The first person I'd like to say special thanks to is Jacob Barlow from Homebrewski, as well as Ellie Shanley and Grant Hubbard. They helped with perks, helped with character names, helped with, all kinds of things, just letting me throw some spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. A couple other people I'd like to do a special thank you to is RDD Wilkin. He's the guy that created the 5th edition Fallout Player's Handbook that we're using, as well as Hunter Starks. We use some of his racial and class abilities from the Fallout 5e Wastelanders Guide. Both the books are amazing. Highly recommend, and we're using them for this campaign. I also have to shout out to Bethesda and the people that have made Fallout the great video game series that it is. You guys are true artists, and we wouldn't have been inspired to make this campaign without you guys. Last, certainly not least, shout out to some of my personal favorite D&D podcast DMs, because I would have never had the courage, be inspired, or had the creative thought to do this without them. So special shout out to Brendan Lee Mulligan from Dimension 20, Matt Mercer, Critical Role, Brian Murphy, Not Another D&D Podcast, and Griffin McElroy from The Adventure Zone. They pioneered this, and we wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for them. I think that we're just going to jump right into our campaign. The year is 2348. The bombs have fallen and created a wasteland across the entire United States. Multiple factions fight for territory, technology, and power. Since the days of the Chosen One, the Lone Wanderer, the Courier, and the Lone Survivor, the wasteland has become a better place for some. On the West Coast, the NCR has taken over most of the territories and continues to expand its territory daily. As of the year 2318, the NCR and the Brotherhood of Steel have came to a mutual agreement. The real enemies of the wasteland are the abominations. But one thing's for sure, war never changes. After what feels like an eternity of traveling, Jimothy, you awake from your slumber after seeing the lights on the horizon the night before. As you dust yourself off, you head towards the direction that you saw the lights. As you continue to walk and walk and walk, as you get closer, the people are heading in a specific direction. As you continue, you see off into the distance people go in the opposite direction. As you get closer and closer, you start seeing that they're all headed to one specific location. You see giant structure. Can you roll me a quick history check?
That is an 18.
First roll of the pod.
You have actually seen this before, or at least something similar. It looks significantly different than you remember, but the general shape of it lends you to believe that it must have been some sort of stadium of some sort pre-war. You had seen it in like holotapes, of sporting events and certain things like that.
Given the history of my vault, would I know more than the typical person about this stadium?
So this is significantly far away from your vault. So, and from right now, you're pretty much seeing it a good portion away from where you're located. So, like, you get the general vibes and the general shape that's a stadium, but from how far away, you can't tell much about it because it's 300 years after the bombs have fallen. So Portions of it have crumbled away. From what you can kind of make out with an 18 is that you can see that there's all kinds of sheet metal and certain things like that that have been built up on the outside of it. So it looks significantly different than the holotapes, but you just get the general shape of what it used to be.
Oh, I hope they have a bathroom. And I am going to sprint as much as I can.
Okay. As Jimothy's sprinting, the closer you get, the more and more people are conjugated there. Would you just kind of push past them and try and get closer and closer and closer, or how would Jimothy take in seeing people walking from there?
You know how there's buttholes who weave through traffic on the freeway just because they can? That's Jimothy. I am cutting through people, trying not to touch them, but I am cutting through people unnecessarily just for fun.
Okay. So yeah, you use your years of training on playing various sports to just kind of use your agility to just duck and weave. You're going faster and faster as you can reach it. As you approach, you walk through what you can only assume used to be a gate of some sort, and then you see concrete steps that lead up into the entrance. There's certain steps that have just fallen and eroded and decayed through the years. There's just crumbles on your right side, but you can tell that this is heavy traffic area that people keep and go up and down multiple times a day. As you ascend the steps, you see what you can make out to be guards. They look kind of similar to your Vault security officers, but different, and different in a way that you recognize. They are currently wearing what you can only assume used to be football shoulder pads, as well as like football helmets, but they're extremely modified. They've like removed the grate from the front, and they've attached various patchwork to the shoulder pads to make them more armor-like instead of just padding. They carry weapons in their hands. Since there's such high traffic, they don't even notice you as you walk past.
Okay, sorry, but as I see this, I'm going to walk up to one of the guards and ask, so what position do you play? And then before he can even answer, I'm going to say, yeah, I was a quarterback myself.
He's just going to look at you weird. Sir, my only position is here guarding the entrance.
Oh, okay, a linebacker, huh?
He just looks over at the other guard and just dismisses you, and they continue about their conversation.
Okay, I walk in.
As you walk in, it's just a sight that you've never seen anything like it. There's what looks to be hundreds of people going about their business. There's all kinds of merchants and people throughout the entire area selling various goods, anything from clothes to weapons to armor to items to food of all kinds of sorts that you can see. You hear sizzling of little barbecues and little stands. You just see what looks to be the most intense mass of people you've ever seen in your entire life. But as you walk in, you see something that looks incredibly familiar to you, and almost gives you a sense of comfort after seeing this insane chaos before you. And it's a Mr. Handy robot. Shay, would you like to describe your character?
Well, this is Hubert, and Hubert is this nifty little Mr. Handybot that is specialized for Hubert's comics. So yeah, all in all, Hubert is a special designed handybot, and he is the nerd version specifically made for Hubert's comics in order to do like a promotion, one of a very few select bots. So Hubert is a little weird. I would say currently I am talking to a guard And excuse me, sir, I am looking for the nearest comic book store. I just can't seem to find anything around here, and was really hoping you could point something out.
The guard is just super confused by everything you just said. I don't think this guard has ever seen or heard of a comic in his life. Sole purpose in life is to just protect the people.
Well, good day, sir. I guess you're not going to be any freaking help.
I would actually go up to this Mr. Handy, as that is something I'm familiar with, instead of these wild animals, wild mutated animals that have been outside and probably pestering me on my trip here.
Since you're approaching, could you describe your character?
Yeah, Jimothy is 6 foot tall. He has short brown hair. Has gotten a little scraggly since he has left the vault. He is a barrel-chested guy with sort of skinny legs, kind of like he's been skipping leg day, except he never skips leg day, ever. Think, if you are a fan, Brock Sampson from the Venture Brothers. Or maybe Geralt of Rivia, if you like The Witcher.
So just like a broad, stocky, athletic build.
Yeah, but it looks like his legs shouldn't be able to support him. So as I approach this Mr. Handy, I say, Robit, do you have a sandwich? I need a sandwich.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't think you understand. I am not a Mr. Handybot. I am a Hubert bot, which is completely separate thing. Common misconception. But as you can see, I'm wearing my really nifty comic uniform, and it's just a little name tag that just says Hubert. That's just magnetic on the bot. And what looks like kind of a nerd collar and tie. Magnetic also.
Jimothy just did not understand any of that. He's just standing there, mouth open, probably drooling a little bit, trying to comprehend that. Sandwich. You are a robot, yes? You have sandwiches.
I can tell this is gonna be a problem. Okay, look over there, big guy. Food over there. Okay, you see the kebabs over there? Go mess with him.
Very quick turn to where he's pointing.
You want to roll me a perception check?
Sure.
Can I aid?
Sure, if you want. Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm just pointing, like, look at your freaking stands, dude.
That's a 9.
Oh, jeez. I grab him by his hand and I walk him over to this freaking kebab stand and say, geez, get these guys some food.
So, Jimothy, what you see is a mole rat that is on a spigot that is slowly rotating like a rotisserie, and they're cooking mole rat. No sandwiches to be seen.
This looks kind of like what I was eating out there, but healthy.
Yeah, this is fine. I'm so glad I don't have to freaking eat this crap.
You know, for Mr. Handy, you're pretty useless.
I'm a Hubert. I know comics. I'm not a candy bot. Jeez.
So, how many sandwich compartments do you have?
Like 3, dude. Just let's move on. And the sandwich compartments are empty. Sorry.
Oh, why didn't you just say that?
I lost all hope.
At that moment, Jimothy, you feel a very stern hand grab your shoulder. Hey, you there, Vault Dweller.
I'm in the middle of a sandwich transaction.
The guard looks at Jimothy and looks at Hubert. And he's just kind of baffled. Don't worry about sandwiches. We're on strict orders for all new Vault Dwellers to see the leader.
Finally, some recognition for my talents.
That seems like favoritism, but okay, we just play fast that.
You and your robot need to come with me.
Whoa, you. That is offensive. Holy shit.
Come on, Mr. Handy. We need to go see this person.
I'm gonna go with this, but holy crap, we're gonna talk about all these crap. Freaking races.
This guard lets go of your shoulder and just kind of plays follow the leader as you guys weave in and out. As you pass, you just especially you, Jimothy, you're just in shock about how many people are here. It is literally hundreds of people. The population of your vault is a small fraction of the amount of people that you see here. As you pass, you guys have to work your way through the crowd, so it takes a little while. And as you make your way through the marketplace, you guys go through a corridor. What you see as soon as you walk your way through the corridor, it just opens up, and you can tell that where the turf should have been is all dug up, and there's a huge orchard as well as garden beds with all kinds of fruits and vegetables. And around that orchard, you just see what can only be described as like residences, but they're built out of sheet metal and just whatever materials that their residents can get their hands on. So some are made out of wood and pieces of metal, some are made out of old parts of cars and all sorts of things, but they're stacked on top of each other about 3 or 4 high, and it goes around the entire inside of the stadium. And as you make your way around the residential area, you can see what looks like a box, rectangular box that sits above the stadium that overlooks it all. And as you make your way up steps after steps after steps after steps, you're led into a door, and the guard knocks on the door and then enters. And as you guys follow behind him, you walk into this giant room. And there's hardly anything in here besides a few desks, some shuffled papers, a desk lamp, and just it's a very open area, but there's not very much in here. And at the desk, you see a woman, and she's scribbling on the pieces of paper, just go into town, scribbling. And the guard and you guys approach up to her. Nikkei, I was instructed to bring any new vault dwellers to see you. Oh, yeah. Hold on. She just continues to scribble for a few minutes, way too long of a period of time. And then she puts her pencil down and stands up. Yes. And she just looks past the guard to Jimothy. What brings you here to my fine Azenta?
Is that what you call it? Actually, I want to congratulate you guys. You guys are pretty badass. You play football with trees on the field? That's pretty cool.
She looks super confused. I'm not quite sure what you mean. And then she sees Hubert. That's an interesting model of Mr. Handy that you have there.
Yeah, it's my sandwich bot.
Oh, well, I would like to speak with you about your vault if you have a moment.
Yeah, I just got here, so I think I have a couple moments.
Oh, I'm sorry. My manners. My name's Nikkei, and she reaches out her hand.
I grab it and then I say, "Hi, my name is Jibei."
Jibei. That's interesting.
That's short for Jibberthy.
Oh, okay, Jibei. And what's your name? She looks at Hubert.
Listen, lady, I just got roped into this. Wrong place, wrong time. You know what I'm saying?
Aren't you an interesting one? And as she's just looking you up and down, just puzzled because she's never seen anything like this. You can tell that she looks over her shoulder, and she goes, Harriet, have you ever seen anything like this? It walks over to you guys. Would you like to describe your character?
Not in all my days.
Oh dear God, what is that?
Yeah, Harriet comes out the back of the office from the shadows. A 9 foot tall super mutant just comes and towers over Nikkei and looks down on Jimothy and Hubert here. Harriet's a very old looking super mutant. She's over 200 years old. And currently she's wearing very little clothing. It's kind of making everyone in the room just a little off put. They don't know what to think of such proportionate features. I've got a hat on. You might notice it's a little sharp, but that's all I'm wearing. Pretty much, it's just the hat.
It's a little sharp. Would you want to describe it?
It's actually a bear trap that has been inverted onto my skull. Chain's still sticking down the back.
Pleased to meet you. The name's Hubert.
Aaron, is there like a chair or a desk that I could stand on so I could be taller than Harriet?
Yeah, I mean, there's not really a chair. There's a table that Nikkei was writing on. That might be a little off-putting, but you can definitely do it if you'd like.
Nah, I don't want to be rude. I was just hoping for an unused chair or desk.
No, she keeps it pretty minimal because she likes it that way. She likes it to just be her and Harriet up here.
Yes, I get that a lot. Thank you.
Try and match it out. Okay.
Harriet kind of just shrugs down, slouches. Kind of meets Hubert eye to eye.
Nikkei's still just like looking at Hubert, just so puzzled. Without changing her gaze, she talks to Jimothy and asks him, so where did you come from? Where's your vault located? We don't get very many vault dwellers here.
He's going to spin around as if like you can see his vault from here. And he's just trying to look for where he came from and then just sort of give up and point in a direction and say, "Oh, yeah, I came from that way. I'm from Vault 16. Is this Mexico by any means?"
Mexico? No, this is...
Yeah, I was heading south. So this has got to be Mexico.
This is Zenta. I don't know what you mean by Mexico.
Is that Spanish for Mexico?
I think he's talking in tongues, Nikkei.
Yeah, I have no idea. Well, you recognize that she's also wearing a vault suit, Jimothy, but she's wearing a leather jacket over the top of it. And you also notice that she's kind of leaning onto one side. She's using a baseball bat as kind of like a cane. She's putting her weight on it. When you see her vault suit, you kind of know she also must have came from a vault.
What number is on her vault suit?
You can't see it because her leather jacket's covering it.
Got it. So the leaning on the baseball bat is going to piss me off. Oh, that's a weapon? I maybe not just a weapon, but it's also for baseball. But you can't just be leaning on these bats like that. You got to take care of them. They're very precious. Here, look at my bat. And I'm going to pull out my bat to show her.
Harriet's just gonna walk at Jimothy and not stop when she reaches him.
You're nodding at me?
Walking straight towards you, not stopping.
He isn't going to move out of the way.
Hubert definitely like floats a little bit higher. Not match it out, just be taller than Jimothy.
So are you guys like face to face now, or are you just like trying to move him?
Well, I mean, it's not face to face. It's more like face to tits. I'm not trying to like push him over. I'm just trying to guide him backward.
Fair. So you're looking down at him. I think it's okay, Harriet. I don't think he means any harm towards us.
No, you got to check out this bat. It was signed.
Oh, and she looks closer, and she sees a couple letters, but it's very smudgy.
Yeah, some of the letters are faded, so it reads as Joe Diego.
Interesting. I don't know who that was. Was that your name? Is that your father's name? Maybe.
No, it's the name of the bat. I guess back then they used to just name bats.
Oh.
It's a pretty important bat. You couldn't tell.
Oh. Well, the reason why you might have noticed I'm leaning on this one is from an old injury. So yes, I use it as a weapon, like you said, but for now, I just I can't walk without using it otherwise.
That's fine. So it looks like you're wearing a vault suit. Where did you come from?
As you ask this question, she gets really like reserved. I came from a vault like you.
Yeah, but like, which one?
You want to give me a speech roll?
That's a 6.
I just came from a vault just like you, and I would prefer not to talk about this. So is there something I can do for you? Us fellow vault dwellers need to stick together. Is there a reason why you're here? Is there anything I can do for you?
Yeah, actually, I was sort of sent out on a mission where it seems that there's something in my vault that's getting everybody sick. So I'm here to look for, I think it's called penicillin.
Penicillin? Harriet, have you ever heard of penicillin?
I don't think so. I mean, it depends on how graphic you want me to be, but I don't think it's what he's looking for.
Oh, I'm looking for this penicillin, all right. Do you guys have any?
I mean, I'm sure you could ask any of the guards.
As you guys are discussing, the door that you guys entered from bursts wide open. You see a guy, he's bald, he has a goatee, and he has somebody by the scruff of his neck. And as you get closer, you can tell that it looks like a ghoul, and he's kind of like leading him by the scruff of his neck and kind of pushes him towards Nikkei. Sorry, Nikkei. Sorry. Sorry for the interruption. It's okay, Phil. What's going on? This guy right here, he's been taking all of our caps. We don't know what's going on. People say that he's cheating. People say that he's ripping them off. I don't know what to do with him. Sean, would you please like to describe Midas?
Yeah, so pretty much he's I'm a ghoul. Pretty slim fit. Leather duster, obviously worn for a very long time. Where I used to have a full head of hair, it is now bits and pieces of charred scalp and
To be fair, you pulled a
little
weapon.
pieces of hair. No nose, unfortunately. And
Tell me your side of the story. What's going on here?
well, ma'am, I just rolled into town trying to bet some caps, and these folks seem to think that I'm robbing them, I'm cheating them, but I ain't. That's not what I'm doing. I promise, ma'am.
She throws a piece of bubble gum in her mouth, and she's just kind of chewing on it while thinking. Phil, he is the head of her security here in Azenta. So just the fact that he's the one that brought you in and not another guard makes her very suspicious of what you're telling her. Can you roll me a speech check?
It's an 8.
She does not believe you at all. Huh. Well, Phil, what do you think that we should do with him? Well, I don't know. I don't know there, Nikkei. But all I know is we can't have scum like him around. She looks back to Jimothy. I don't know about this penicillin that you ask of.
Hubert is smashing his forehead with his arms right now.
I do know a place that might have some medical supplies. If that's what you're looking for. Beyond that, penicillin. That sounds. I don't.
Oh, jeez, I can't take this anymore. It's penicillin. It's a fucking antibiotic.
Can you roll a medicine check? Hold on.
I'm a robot from before the time, or the bombs.
You were a comic store clerk, though, not a.
I'm still a robot, and I have a +8 to science. Unless you want me to roll a medicine.
I just don't know about Hubert knowing stuff like that. I mean, I know that he would be programmed to know like comic books and that sort of thing, but like outside of that, and especially something specific like a specific type of medicine.
I rolled a 22 for medicine.
Okay, I am wrong. You were programmed with a first aid.
What does this penicillin do, Hubert?
Well, I'm just a simple comic book store robot, so I don't know that much. But I do know that antibiotics were used to help your body fight infectious diseases.
No, maybe I'm just pronouncing it wrong. Maybe it's penicillin. Like there's a pause in it. I don't know. So robots got diseases and they needed penicillin?
Your body gets diseases?
Yes, it was all covered in this great Magic School Bus episode back in the day.
Can we say that? Am I allowed to reference? It's my childhood.
It's public broadcasting. I don't know. We'll find out, won't we?
Cease and desist from the Magic School Bus. Mrs. Frizzle is very upset with you.
I would frame that actually. Be like, okay, that's worth it.
Right? Yeah, I'm gonna make that canon in Fallout. Magic School Bus was a thing.
Yes, that's exactly right, Timothy. Hey, let's find you a sandwich, big boy, huh?
Yeah, I need a sandwich.
Okay. I think I have it figured out. I think I have a solution here.
This seems a little fishy.
I will tell you where you can find what you need if you do something for me.
Careful, she offered me that deal, and that was like 9 years ago.
Look, lady, I'm not looking to turn into that thing, whatever that is, okay? I'm looking for some penicillin. Can you help me with the penicillin?
You help me, I tell you where you can find it. Or at least a place that might have it.
Oh, I do not like this at all. Wait, do you have a comic book store?
I think we have some like newspapers and old magazines near the potties.
You're not even sure.
I mean, I don't. No, I'm not. Have you been outside? Stuff changes minute to minute, hour to hour.
Small words, Nicky. Small words.
Where was it you said your vault was?
My vault is, well, it's up north. I just traveled south.
You didn't come from there?
Yeah, we're in Mexico.
I don't think so.
This is Azenta.
No, this is Mexico.
Maybe it's over there. And Harriet points in like the opposite direction that Jimothy pointed at for his vault.
Oh shit, that's why you guys don't have penicillin. I'm in the wrong area.
But it's gonna take you some time to define the location, and you need us to do a quest otherwise.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
I'm just doing this for Timothy. I don't know why, but I got roped into this crap.
Yeah.
nothing's free.
Are we gonna have to do weird stuff? Harriet is not wearing clothes, so that's really not a good sign already. It's come to this, and I start taking my magnetic tie off.
What's happening here, Shay?
I don't know. Harriet started it. I'm just going for it.
Can you give me a sex appeal check, Shay?
Yep, I will roll.
Yeah, listeners, sex appeal is a skill.
That is a 4, all in.
Yeah, nobody's impressed with you taking up your bow. Nikkei just face palms.
Yeah, so what do I get out of this deal? Because Sporty Boy there is obviously getting the best end of this chick.
She like bends down a little bit, and because she's not sure where to like look with your 3 eyes, so she's just like, I'm just gonna look at his body. Essentially, is there something that you might need, robot?
You got any comics? I'm looking for the Unstoppables.
Magazines, and other things like that have been found there before.
All right, screw it. Let's go. Hey, what's this other dude gonna be doing? The ghoul guy.
She had completely forgotten about him. She looks over at him. She goes, well, what should we do with you?
Please don't send me with these guys, ma'am.
Well, I think it's too late for that.
God, please don't. Can I stay here with the cutie in the corner?
An excellent idea.
Well, I think you should help out the people of Azenta since you had stolen from them.
I didn't steal, ma'am.
It's still to be decided, isn't it?
Goddamn smooth skins.
Geez, whatever happened to innocent until proven guilty? Am I right, dude?
It's because I'm a ghoul, isn't it?
I'll come along. He's already stolen my heart. We can charge him for that.
Jeez, Harriet. You move real fast. I put my tie back on.
Not bad for a 250-year-old lady. Something around there.
You don't look a day over 100, ma'am.
Oh, shucks.
So we got this big green thing here, and then I turn around, and we got this skinny green thing here. Like, what kind of place is this Mexico?
Hubert starts floating towards the door.
At this point, she fills you guys in on what she needs from you. She needs you to go to a place called University Ruins. She has heard about a pre-war pair of shoes that shares the same name as her. And she, as soon as she heard about them, she has been countlessly obsessed. But she hasn't part with any of her guards to go search for this mystery object. And all that she knows is that they're a pre-war pair of shoes that have been sealed in a container to preserve them over the years. So yeah, she lets you guys know that that's what she needs. In return, she offers up a location that might have comics, that might have penicillin, offers up the ghoul's freedom, and sounds like Harriet's along for the ride.
I'll of course be returning to Azenta once we've found the penicillin.
With that, I think that we're gonna end the session.
Chaperone can get our number. The world's in slumber. Let's misbehave.